Let's see here. Thank you. Shit. Sorry, guys. It was barking at me. Okay. It was just a barking at me. So I had to, but I've got like a lot of like little things. I got so much over here. He lost his little hand. And I got to glue it back on, but I don't want to have like a weird glue that puffs up. So I've got to find the right thing. I love that thing so much. Anywho. All righty, let's get here. Let's go back to yay. Yes, it is my table view because I am too lazy this morning. Afternoon. It's the afternoon. I'm too lazy to actually pull like set up the room with the camera and stuff. So I was like, y'all get this. Okay, y'all get this. Alrighty. Coffee and tarot. About to get started. I heard something different. Something different. It feels really good. Like clear. Like I know this sounds really silly. So just bear with me. It feels like, when you haven't been able to fill up your lungs to full capacity, or it feels like an elephant's been sitting on your chest, or like deep breaths and breathing has been impaired to some degree, but you can't put your finger on it. That's what it's reminding me of. That's what it's feeling like. And I feel like I had just like like when you get like a mentholated inhale, like when you have Vivo Vicks rub or something like that, or like you drank something minty, or you had like a candy cane and then you breathe in, it has and it feels really expansive, like it moves beyond something and goes really deep. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know how to, it's an energy, but it was also an experience. I was like, ooh, like it just felt really easy. Like you can breathe again. Something's not so labored. So we do not want to get that on the thing. Okay. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to branch out with the Messenger Oracle deck. Observe in silence. Third eye. See yourself in nature. A little bit of self-love, recalibration. Reveal your truth. I feel like somebody's third eye is blocked right now, or feels as if it's like clouded, and there's a need to kind of like ground in, reconnect, and like I feel like just having something wash over me, like really just wash something away, right? And then truth will be made clear, right? Like either how you feel about a situation, or what you're thinking about a situation, or what you're really desiring. Like there's some level of it's your truth. It is something that you're like, I don't know. And it's like to kind of get clarity on something that you feel like you don't know is really just about like again, observe in silence feels like that meditative state, but that doesn't always happen. Okay. In like a tried and true, let me sit here on kind of meditate type of situation. Things can get you into that. Is it delta state? Is it delta? What do I hear theta coming in? But like the delta state, like something gets you into that where the mind is not like, and that body isn't rummaging with all kinds of, because sometimes it's not even just thoughts, it's the chaos of energy within us. And there's something about just the clearing away. And also the other beauty of like getting into this type of meditative state, which can also happen with running, walking, like any type of physical exertion, it makes it easier to process. So then it's like they're giving me lack of judgment for your thoughts, either for the confusion or for the chaos that's within something or for the thoughts. It's like it's just observing. So you may be there's a need for either somebody to kind of like observe what's happening internally to them instead of like being kind of like pulled into the chaos. There's some people it's not chaos, it's just confusion. Like I don't know, but are they different? I mean, they can be. You can be confused and not feel like, and for others it's like there very well might be something that you need to kind of like witness and see for what it really is without that internal dialogue adding anything to it. Just see it for what it truly is, right? And that you find some truth, right? Okay. Oh, this is a general read. I'm sorry, Crystal. Yeah, sorry. I am blind as a bat. Sorry, Crystal. This is just a general read. I usually come on in the morning, so a lot of the people that join me are in the mornings. But I still felt like I needed to come on and do this, so I do apologize. This one is just a particular. It's just general though. Let me see here. Heard watch and wait. It gives the idea of like something transpiring naturally versus having any type of intervention, so to speak. Watch and wait is kind of like letting something unravel. I have no clue why. I mean, I know there's always a bird on her hand, but this one in particular looks like a miniature owl. Has that same type of beak. Miniature something. Okay, so it's two things. They've got like again, any type of bird is going to have like a different type of viewpoint. It is that observer mode, right? Definitely feels like an owl to me. But then we have the snail down here, but they gave it like a leisurely pace. Like don't let any type of events or sense of confusion on your part make you feel like you have to right now. Like don't allow that to give you some sense of urgency. You're allowed to take whatever pace you want. I feel like there's this idea of enjoying some level of a process. Yeah, I feel like a lack of urgency in something. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, like so. Okay, this is some mega independent doing it how you choose to do it, how you want to do it, in the way that's right for you, and not feeling like there's any kind of sense of urgency, or feeling like you have to act or like you've got to figure it out right now. This is kind of like the allowing it to blossom up within you, like allowing it to bubble up, like in due course, like it's the natural unraveling. Like, what do I really want? What do I really feel about something? I'm gonna do this because like he has a little thing, and he has they get a little very descriptive. I'm just gonna say in this deck, with their drawings, and sometimes and it's doing like I feel like somebody's well rooted in their power. It's like doing what the fuck you want to do, is what I want to say. Okay. That Nine of Pentacles is exceptionally independent, fierce, they just said. Just like unapologetically themselves. That's what the Seven of Wands is. It is knowing your worth. It is knowing your fucking boundaries, and it's executing things according to that without any influence from somebody else. So that might be also the reason why we've got the observe and silence, kind of take things as they are, but not to really there's not a need to garner input or have undue influence from other people. Like this getting grounded within yourself and discovering what it is that you really want in a particular situation, and allowing that to be like, that is what gives you clarity. Like, that's true clarity, really, right? And then I feel like saying, like, and you do what you want, period, point blank. That's what the Seven of Wands is. It is me, myself, and I. Like, period. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. I just keep getting that song. Is it the Beatles? I don't know. Go Your Own Way. I don't sing. In case somebody needed to know that. If you couldn't tell. Wow. Okay. Oh, we got space. We got space. You can see it. I thought we were going to run out of space. Okay, so they're giving me this with so they're showing me images and stuff with the Two of Pentacles, and it's kind of like, when you're trying to balance something, like when you're walking with it and you're trying to balance it, and it has this ebb and flow to it, and then they're showing me the rocky waters back here, but you being firmly planted right here. So something kind of feels like, it is that I'm not sure, like what, like there's this, that would be the trying to figure out what you want kind of thing. Like, it is the, despite all of this, trying to sell in on something, which is there is a change. I will say, I think that change is between having these rocky waters, that these emotional upheavals, or this emotional, like, I don't know, kind of thing, to being on some level of solid ground, which allows you, because it's almost as if, like, if you're on the ship in these rocky waters, just bear with me, okay? I don't know why they give it to me this way. Like, if you're trying to juggle something, it's like if you were trying to weigh something, like, imagine you have a scale, right? And you're trying to put something here and something here, and you're trying to see which one weighs more, which one is the whatever. If you're on a boat, or if the whatever you're rooted in, if it's like, if the fuck, what is wrong with me? If the foundation is constantly going like this, are you getting a good reading? Those scales will move and you can't really tell. And so there's just something being on, like, some level of, again, grounded, solid ground, to make a decision, to make a change, or to make a decision in regards to a change. Yes. It gives you a better knowing. It gives you a better knowing. That's what, good God. I am dancing all the fuck around this shit. Do you see it? Like, I am definitely in somebody's energy. It's like, oh, boom, ah. And it's like, so if you want to get a good grasp mentally on something, like, is this really what I want? Or there's some level of grounding, observing, seeing, witnessing, understanding, and then tapping into your truth. Okay. It's like that discernment between what's yours, what's not. How are you being influenced? And so it's almost like the removal, since you're out in nature, removal from something and allowing something to wash away for you. Okay. Like, it's getting all the energies that could muck something up. Anything that could tip the scales, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. It could lend itself to your idea of what success or failure is. Seven of Pentacles, if something has taken a long time, you may have, you may be at a place of kind of like just washing your hands of something is the way that they're giving it to me. But I can't help get the feeling like I feel forced, like to put all this preparation into your garden only to not really have anything bear fruit and not know if it's like should I start over again, should I do something different, and then having this sense of like believing that you failed at something or something's a no-go. I have had this before. I'm a gardener. So I've had it where I'm like, okay, I guess it's not gonna pop off of it. Like it didn't come up when the seed packet set, it didn't, like, none of that stuff. I did all the and like I go do my own thing over here because it was too wet, it was too this, it was too dry, whatever it was. And then suddenly the right type of weather, the right type of whatever comes in, and then it grows. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like it'll pop up and it'll be the hardiest thing, right? It'll be like it did its own fucking thing, period, point blank. And but I know that feeling of like directing your energy towards something else. So if you feel as if it's kind of like your fear of failing at something is I don't know why they're giving it, like, it doesn't outweigh your desire for something. And I think that right now that the fear sounds louder. There's more to this, and we're going to get to it. But I want to acknowledge this because we have the world with the Ace of Swords. It's like everything opens up when you follow your truth, when you follow this, like when things get clear, things really open up for you. The path becomes clear when you're no longer clouded by this other stuff. It's funny because I feel like there's a change. The idea is the Queen of Swords sees things from an eagle eye view. She's able to get a better perspective, and she's like, oh, whatever was blocking my way, if I just take this little detour, if I take this route, or if I go like this, I've been trying to go this direction. If I just, like, she can see it. She can plan out how she can move forward. I feel like there's a level of clarity. There's clarity to be had in regards to how to make a change, how to, something has been obstructing, kind of like getting in the way of you seeing something. And the fact that she's facing this perceived failure, it's almost as if it's like going back into the garden and be like, oh my gosh, I know what to do. I know what to do. Like finding the thing, the change that needs to happen to make something pop off. There we go. You discover the change that needs to be had if you do this. It's like not studying. It's like not debating and arguing with and struggling with the confusion. It is getting still and observing it and seeing it. There's a lack of fight, and in that, clarity comes. That opens up so much for you. All right, let's get some details on this. Okay, I don't know why I felt hesitant. This is a Sacred Traveler's Oracle or something like that. Because I was like, I don't think that's going to tell me what I want to. It doesn't feel like it's going to tell me what I want to know. And so I feel like somebody feels as if it's like, it sounds great in theory, spirit, just go sit out somewhere and like clear my energy and really just observe, like, instead of getting pulled into it and getting all riled up by it and all that kind of stuff, like ground myself so I can actually see But, like somebody doesn't believe that that's going to work. By doing that, that somehow things become clear. They'll know the change to make or something. We're going to get back over here to this too for some reason. Those cards feel calm. Wise leader. Get the big picture. View from above. I told you, like the Queen of Swords. Lord of mercy. Okay. Overcome an obstacle. Great. Take a risk. Okay. Like actually act on this. They're bringing the Ace of Swords to the wise leader, almost like curving out or carving out a path. The first to go, being like the first to do this, and then it opens way for others to do this. And maybe that's the reason why it doesn't feel clear. Like you don't have this shining example of somebody that has done it exactly the way that you would do it. And so it feels obscured a little bit, right? The path feels very obscured. But there's something about you're going to be able to, there's a change to be had, a change in the way that you're walking or choosing to move forward, okay, on a path. You are debating, I think you have debated whether or not you've debated a particular path, but because it seems obscured, it's like you need to pull out from it and see it from a different perspective, and then take whatever seems to have been a failure to you or what you feel like is wasted time and energy, and it feels like a tweaking, because this breaks ground. It'll break ground, and then it'll attract so much. Once it does, the abundance and the opportunity that comes from that, and really it is clearing a path. It is a complete new trajectory. It is clearing a path. So it's kind of like, yeah. It'd be a lot easier to move forward on something if you would allow yourself to kind of like just, instead of being sucked up into the energy of it, like kind of like retreating from it and just seeing it and observing it. I feel like a lot of people understand what I'm saying, and then there's some people that may not. Hey, Kelsey, how are you? Answering the call. The time is now. You view the path ahead as if it's obscured, like a path in the woods where there's a lot of shrubbery, and it's like, how do I get? There's no clear path, and you're meant to clear it. You are meant to be the one to move forward. This isn't a situation where somebody else has come before you and nice and neatly figured out the way to do something, right? I think that's the reason why that song was coming out earlier, is go your own way. But you're meant to kind of step up to the plate to this. Again, okay, step up to, okay. I feel like in grounding in and coming to your own conclusions and seeing something clearly, you'll understand how to remove some level of obscurity or obstacle or confusion. It'll help you to make that change, to kind of like answer the call and then, venture forward on something. You're holding back on something because I don't know exactly how to that's what you don't know how to execute something. It's the I don't really. Okay, give us something else, Spirit. So this weekend, I would suggest whatever way in which you can do it. Kind of allow yourself to use that silent skill and observe a situation without any kind of judgment or chaos within the mind. You're perceiving this massive revolution within your life, right? This new chapter as something with potential danger. I think that has a lot to do with some element of your past, history, and exhaustion that is creating that illusion for you. Okay, because we have history, exhaustion, illusion, and they're like, this is a choice that you have to make. There's a choice to be had. You perceive danger. It's funny, you may perceive danger either way. You're innately, status quo, not okay. Okay? But you also are seeing a new chapter as something that's potentially dangerous. All because of some level of something that you've experienced that has left you exhausted and left you with some type of illusion. And they're like, in order to have this new chapter, there's a level of an internal revolution. Like, they just corrected me. They're like, there's a revolution that needs to happen in your life, which, yes, means there's going to be uncertainty. There's going to be things that are safety nets that will no longer be there. A revolution is taking a chance, is bucking the status quo. And there is a potential for unintended consequences. We're going to do tried and true here right now. So somebody's really got it's the Sacred Path Oracle, okay? Somebody gets to spend this weekend working on this, okay? And this feels like, not like, okay, I'll chill, I'll relax. No, this is mindfully setting something up in such a way and being very intentional, not just like chilling and relaxing on the couch or chill. Like, this is like, I'm going to set myself up in an environment, in a scenario where my intention is to disengage, observe, allow some things to wash away like this illusion and to see beyond it, to find out my truth so that I can make the decision to go the direction that's best for me and discover how to do that. This is very intentional. Wow. Okay, we got fertility, decisions, and victory, which is Kokopelli, Council Fire, and Counting Coup. Let's move into this. I feel like spirit has led somebody to do this multiple times, and they're like, okay, and then they don't. So spirit's like, yeah, you may have been thinking, what do I want to do this? And I might do this. And I feel like that's the reason why I felt to come on midday. And they're like, no, you need to do this. Okay. If Cocopelli has lured you with his magical flute, it is time to listen to his song. The song is one of fertility. You are being asked to use your talents to create fertility in some area of your life. If things have been slow moving, the snail. Things have been slow moving. Where did I go? Okay. Cocopelli's song is saying that whatever you intend to plant at this time will be very productive for you. Seven of Pentacles. Planting seeds for the future takes effort on your part. So now is the time to use your skill and resources to make use of the magic. If you have a project to begin or an idea to develop, the timing couldn't be better. Now, I want you to realize this. Begin or develop. This does not mean that you will have the thing, the end goal or product right now. Now is the best time to sow those seeds. Okay? Shift away from any old limiting ideas and move forward. I tell you what, the time is now. The power is you. The power is you. Seven of Wands. Somebody in their power. Gotta love this deck. Decisions. All right, you ready? If you've been waffling over what to do next, boy, I tell you, if I wasn't really on point, it's as if I don't know, like I channel or some shit. But when confirmations like this come up in cards, and it's like, and I'm reading straight from the freaking book. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Cannot. If there is somebody that can do that, good God, what a fucking talent. I ain't figured that one out yet. The Council Fire card is insisting that you make a decision. And I want you to remember, we always say it on here, decisions require action. Otherwise, it's just a thought. There can be no forward movement if you fail to decide which trail will lead out of the swamp and into the forests. It takes courage to make changes in your life, and all changes must begin with a decision. Do it and don't look back. Life awaits you in all of its beauty. If the decision of another has left you in a precarious position, make new decisions of your own. Let me remind you, if the decision, I'm about to remind myself, I'm about to mark that. We're going to do the bottom. I'm about to mark that. Because shit can happen because other people like you sometimes feel side blinded like by somebody else's decision. And it's like, then that means you get to make new decisions of your own. So let me repeat that. Because that if the decision of another has left you in a precarious position, make new decisions of your own. There is no need to make your decisions based upon another. Consider all possibilities and how your decisions affect others. Then be courageous enough to act. Find your truth and stick to it. Okay. And then victory. Yeah, counting coup. So sorry. Let me try to do it like this. The war cry has been shouted and victory is assured if you have received the counting coup card. So if you act on your truth, if you act on this without the influence of others and without without the victim mentality that because somebody else did this, then no, you get to make new decisions then but you still have choice. So decide, okay? You're being put on notice that a personal victory is in the works. You may have overcome a long time challenge or conquered an opponent. So now it is the time to share your victory with others. Whether the victory is one of spiritual nature or of winning the lottery ticket makes no difference. You are to honor yourself at this time and be grateful for this blessing. So this card represents the success of forward movement and the acknowledgement of right action. You have been true to yourself okay, and are being rewarded for staying on the sacred path. Congratulations. Victory is sweet, but sweeter still when the spoils are shared with those you care for. Share the joy of your coup with those that want to see you winning. Remember, warriors who had counted coup always took care of the widowed, aged, and feeble. The material victories shared bring further honor, providing another coup feather for those willing to give away. So it's almost as if it's like when they're saying being a wise leader, um, it's telling you that your victory was for a purpose. You moving past this and going and moving beyond this will help and shine a light for others. Others will benefit. This isn't just for you. It's funny how we will let the voices, the energies of others interfere, so to speak, with what's right and true for us. In the name of trying to do what is right for others, trying to take into consideration other people, and trying to do the right thing for all involved. And it's like when you do that, you're actually making the right decision for those that are around you when you choose your truth, when you choose to stand in your power. Others benefit in ways that are unseen and unknown to you, meaning that people will benefit from you being you and doing you, even if it has the appearance that it doesn't, even if they seem like there are lessons to be had for those individuals. And then there's ways in which things can flourish that are just unknown to you at this moment because you haven't walked down that path, because you haven't made that decision. And so I feel like today's reminder is the reason they're asking you to do this is because technically, despite you saying, I've made a decision, you really haven't, because you've not put any of that into practice or into action. So right now, it is merely a thought. And you have other energies coloring and obscuring your sense of movement forward. And you need to deal with that at this time. Let's go back to art. And I think that this is going to give you the understanding, the knowledge on how this change, how to move forward on this change and have success versus failure. Because this was perceived failure, possibly projected. But if you can move forward, something will come of it. You will have a level of success. It will open up so many opportunities and options to you. It will help to close out the old cycle and bring in the new. And it will bring you the clarity that you seek. So if you're looking for a perfectly paved path, if that would give you some sense of security in front of you, one, it's a false sense of security. And two, you will find your happiness in going your own way, which means there's not a perfectly paved path for you to already walk down. You will have to do it. You will have to clear and cut out that path before you. And you're afraid because it's obscured that somehow there's danger in it, but there's danger in you staying where you are. It's time for a revolution. It's time for you to see the bigger picture. It's time for you to decide to overcome that obstacle. It's time for you to finally move forward and take risks. The time is now. And whether you like it or not, this places you in a role of leadership, living your life by example. Okay. All right. So at the crux of it, observe in silence. You need to do something to, I don't care if it's running. I don't care if it's actually going out and meditating. I don't care if it's a hike through the woods or if it's going to the gym and depleting yourself of energy so that you can kind of sit in the corner of a coffee shop and just kind of whatever helps you to clear your mind so you can just sit with what is. Okay? So you can really, and there's another out, see things for what they truly are as you see it and not filled with the fear. See yourself in nature, meaning like grounding and getting back to your core essence, your truth, and allowing your guiding principles to help you make these decisions. Because most of the obscurity that you are envisioning or seeing or believe that's right before you really has everything to do with energies that should no longer be in your energetic field, or the opinions and ideas and notions of other people. This is your decision and your decision alone. And if you especially have the fear of what somebody would do, I don't know why this is coming through, then that's what they're talking about. There's an energy in your field dictating how you make decisions. So if you fear what somebody will do as a result of something, then you're not making the decision based upon your truth or from standing in your power. Okay? Hi, Jesse. Hi, Depeche. What's up, Peter? Miss Ruby. Hello to all the new people. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed the reading. A lot of times I am on the camera, but like I said, I was just not feeling like doing the whole entire setup. So I just kind of just left my desk where it was, and I was like, yeah, I can look at my hands. Okay. There's plenty of times where I'm on live and you'll get to see me and my full personality and everything. I hope you come back to join us again for another reading. There's a lot of readings on this channel, so definitely feel free to go out and peruse. There are some lives that I've done that I've got to put the title to because I've kind of just put like the gist of what it's about, but I haven't put a title to. I'll get to that. But I'm going to take this up also and see what this produces for me as well, because well, nothing else. I don't know if I've really been like I could be. Sometimes I'm oblivious to the things that I am struggling with, but I have been complaining so much about the weather. I live in an area where one day it's 3 degrees, the next day it's like 65 degrees, and we have a million tornadoes, and it's constantly overcast. And I feel like I could count on one hand how many days we've had with sunshine in the last 2.5 months. And I'm like, I don't live in Seattle, so why is it behaving as such? Okay, it's starting to get on my nerve. And so I'm kind of like getting irritated because I am one that needs to get out in nature, and I'm like, I feel like it's almost as if it's like, find a way. Okay, Shauna, find a way. Get your happy little ass outside. So I'm going to find a way because I don't know, there might be something in it for me as well. So I have been advised by my own advice. I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful weekend. I might be coming on tomorrow. If not, then obviously later this week. But in the meantime, have a fantastic and wonderful day, and I will see you guys later.